Couple of highlights for the series. It is the 50th episode. Better late than never. I haven't been posting or playing as much as I've liked, but I'm still having a really good time. The other thing going on is it's that time of the year. It's right before the winter break where we have a lot of guys who are retired, a lot of guys who are high injury risk, and we've got a ton of games being played. And it's starting to catch up to us this year. We don't have the depth we used to, and the backups I do have are just not the same quality. So I'm hoping the January transfer window and the fact we don't play any games till the middle of February is going to come through for us. Now, we are in a good position, and that is due to the fact we beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 7-3 at home. Now, we beat Belaska 3-1. The Maccabi game, it's going to say that David Tasevsky, my backup striker, who scored 3 goals, had 4 key passes, and an assist, with 10.0 rating, was the player of the match. He wasn't. It was VAR. Literally 5 of my goals were originally disallowed by the ref, and they were overturned by VAR. So Maccabi Tel Aviv would probably have a legitimate complaint if not for the fact that I think 2 of their goals had also been overturned by VAR. I wish I'd screenshot the game review, because it tells you who scored what sort of goal, sort of thing, and then the game recap for this one was literally 3/4 of it. You had to scroll down because challenged by VAR, overruled by VAR told the ref to overturn his decision, sort of thing. So we played a really good game though. 24 shots, 16 on target. Our XG was 3.43, so we were doing well in that regards. Maccabi Tel Aviv, 22 shots, 11 on target. Our XG was 2.66. It was 4-3 at the half, and then we got 3 late game goals. So group wise, we're currently ahead of them. We also have a better we have a better goal differential. So, and I believe it's results between teams and goal difference. So if for whatever reason they beat us next game, they have to beat us by a bunch for us to get knocked out of 3rd place. I think, knock on wood, it's safe to say we're going to the Euro Cup 2. At a minimum. But I say that trying not to get my hopes up. We drew with Tikves. This was one of those games, it was literally 3 days after the Euro Cup game. It wasn't my strongest squad, but we drew with them. We beat Silex 2-0. We beat Renova 2-1. We're going to play Maccabi Tel Aviv, skip the Bregalniki game, and play Pobeda today. And then comes Man United. That's going to be a blowout. So as you can see from the starting 11, it's not the strongest or healthiest. Everybody is higher than 80%. And the guys we have on the bench should be enough to come in and replace them, hold the line sort of thing. We're going to get Tasevsky on in place of Davidovsky. I have high hopes for Davidovsky. He's going to be the starter next year when Tasevsky goes back to Slavia Prague. So I don't think he'll be as good in the long run as Tasevsky, but he'll be good for us until another team comes along and swipes him. So Velan Dimitrov was injured. Artur Delazi was injured. Kostin Panda was injured. And then if I take off the injuries, Blaznovsky's out for at least another 3 to 5 weeks. Jankulov was suspended for this match. Tasevsky is out. Alexander Tasevsky, my defensive left back, is out for a couple of days. And then Luzum Seifa is a youth player. He lower back stress fracture, which I'm not quite sure how it happened, but we paid a decent amount of money to have it taken care of, and I am okay with that. My assistant is supposed to be setting opposition instructions, and he hasn't been. Barty sends the ball back to Grozdanovsky. Vaj to Barty. He lofts it long. It's headed down by a Maccabi Tel Aviv player. Guerrero gets it. Feeds Jovanovic. Back to Guerrero. Oh, that was an interesting turn of events. It moved a little bit too fast for me to follow along. We'll go over it in the recap. Guerrero cut inside, passed it to Jovanovic. He fed Guerrero again. Guerrero's attempt was blocked by the defender. Jovanovic took a shot. Grozdanovsky blocked it, but the ball went right to Guerrero, who put it away. That's some things you just can't overcome. Although, admittedly, this is how the last game started out, too. Perica. And he puts it away. Maybe not like this. They're moving the ball really well. Nice break by Perica. Off highlight, Tasevsky. I don't know what he was doing there. Machowski, Jovanovic, Perica, Macman, Jovanovic, Guerrero, Madman, rather. Heck of a name. Glazer on the right. Drives forward. Oh, Murati intercepts it. Bombs it forward. Tasevsky. Back to a Boz. Boz holds it up, sends it back to Stamkov. Stamkov centers it to Tasevsky. He one-touches it to Tasevsky. Nevevsky, right side of the box. Back and forth. Nevevsky has a guy. Tasevsky was there, but I think he's offsides. Yeah, he was well offsides. No, he wasn't. Okay. Wow, he looked offside. Jovanovic to Perica. Perica, Almog. Konachowski. Perica. Jovanovic. Glazer feeds Perica. Another VAR review, and it was disallowed. Okay. Konachowski sends it in. Grozdanowski punches it away. Konachowski again centers it, and Perica is right there. That's going to count. Now they're saying he's offsides. I swear I'm running the right both bifocals. Bitten to Guerrero. Jovanovic takes the shot, hits the corner of the goal, and it goes out of bounds. Stamkov on the throw-in. Tasevsky chests it down. Hits the ball back to Murati. Murati. Tasevsky. Jovanovic. Hadzievsky. Beats Nevevsky. Nevevsky holds it up. He's fouled. He wasn't fouled. They're saying it was a hard tackle. Okay. Madman. Jovanovic. Perica loses the ball. Barty to Babic. Nevevsky. Tasevsky. Hadzievsky. Back to Babic. A little bit of back and forth. Tasevsky beats Hadzievsky. He tried feeding it in. Ball bounces back and forth. Hadzievsky hits the post. Ball's bombed up to field. Jovanovic. Barty intercepts the Perica pass, or the pass intended for Perica, and that's the highlight. Stamkov to Murati. Murati, nice turnaround. Tasevsky. Hadzievsky. Back to Tasevsky. Feeds a Boz. A Boz hits the post. Hadzievsky follows up, beats the keeper, and gets his 16th goal of the season. That was a nice run. And it is halftime. We are tied 2-2 with, I believe, 3 goals overturned. So we've had 7 shots, 4 on target. Maccabi Tel Aviv 18-8. That's not surprising. They're really trying to make up the goal difference and get at least something positive. We're just past 60 minutes in. I know the game started, but we are going to make this change. Nevevsky, we're going to take off and bring on Ristov. Tasevsky, we're going to take off and bring on Ivanovsky. Boz is going to come off, and we're going to bring on Stoyanov. Tall to Perica. Perica, nice pass to Almog across the field. He holds it up, gets it back to Perica. Almog, left side of the box, hits a shot, but it curls wide right. Man to Jovanovic. To Perica. Back to Jovanovic. Beats the defender. And he pushes his ball wide right. And that is the game. A 2-all draw, which is more than acceptable. Maccabi Tel Aviv, 27 shots, 10 on target. Vardar, 15 and 7. Peretz had a really good game between the sticks for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Some very nice saves. However, the group's not going to be decided until the Manchester game, just simply because mathematically Maccabi Tel Aviv can still be in it. So we're going to save the game here. We're going to play Bregalnica offline, and then we'll be back with Pobeda. I'm almost positive it's Pobeda in the cup match, so back in a bit. We got the Pobeda match pushed back because of international duty. I had 18 players across all my teams out. And then this just happened. Who's his primary? Tasevsky, Stoyanov, Novevsky. Who do I have on the youth side? Nobody who I would trust at the moment. So it's going to have to be Tasevsky. We're going to have to look at the transfer window as well. That's annoying. We beat Bregalnica 3-0, and then the Pobeda game actually got pushed back 10 days, which is nice. So it gives everybody a chance to recover, unless your name's Emil Abaz and you do something to your hip. Yeah, the Abaz injury is going to be a pain. I think, knock on wood, I might be able to fill it in the transfer window. We shall have to wait and see. I wouldn't mind Marion taking it over. He's nowhere near as good as Abaz, but he's got the potential. But he's also way short of fitness. So this is what we're looking at here. We're going to have Groznovsky in goal, Tasevsky, Vaj, Barty, and Jankelov as the defensive back four. Murati and Tasevsky as the midfielders. Novevsky and Ristov as the attacking mids. Tosevsky and Hadzievsky up top as the strikers. Tasevsky bombs it forward. Posevsky and Groznovsky, nice save. Jankelov picks it up. It's the ball to Hadzievsky via another player. Hadzievsky attempts a pass, but it's intercepted and cut off, and the highlight ends. Hassan to Mitov. Posevsky back to Hassan. He lost it forward. Vaj intercepts it, gets it to Jankelov. Jankelov to Tasevsky. Tasevsky to Ristov. Ristov to Hadzievsky. He lost it forward, but Tasevsky isn't going to get there in time. Tevsky gathers the ball up, walks it forward, bombs it down the field. Back and forth, Barty ends up with it. Tasevsky does get it to Hadzievsky this time. He beat the defender and right it to Katevsky. Quick clearance and the highlight ends. From a statistical point of view, we're beating them, but if we don't get the goals, it's not going to matter. Dervishi was fouled? No, they're saying it was a good tackle. Okay, Jankelov driving forward, holds it up. Tasevsky, right corner of the box. Hadzievsky back and forth, intercepted, bounces around until it's cleared. Tasevsky picks it up on the left side, centers it to Murati. Tasevsky top the box. Ristov out to Jankelov, feeds Hadzievsky. Keeper makes a very nice save. Ball bounces all the way back out to the midfield where it's recovered, and that's a highlight. We're going to go into halftime with a 0-0 draw. Pejuk to Kiseki rather. Toski lost it forward, but Vaj is going to head it down to Murati, who gets it over to Hadzievsky. Ristov gets it to Jankelov on the right. Jankelov holds it up. He gets it, ball ends up at Barty's feet to Vaj Murati, Tasevsky to Tasevsky. Centers it, Ristov's there for the goal. That was nice. We're getting a little too cute with our moves and our passing. Nice ball by Tasevsky to Ristov. Ristov sends it in, but Katevsky picks it up. Gets rid of it quickly, not quite sure why. Jankelov to Murati. Jankelov sends it back to Groznovsky. Ristov back to Jankelov. Jankelov to Barty. Barty back to Vaj. He gets the ball to Murati. Murati to Novevsky. Novevsky lost it forward. Tasevsky's there, and he puts it away for the goal. I'm really going to miss him. Nice ball movement. Nice one-touch passing there. Oh, we need to make a couple of subs. And we'll take Tasevsky off and bring on Poposky. Matveyevsky needs to come off. We'll bring on Dmitriev. We'll bring on Stamkov for Barty. Whew. Excuse me. Tasevsky to Marotti. Tasevsky back to Marotti. Bombs it up towards Nevevsky. All alone. Left side of the box. Crosses it in, but can't get it to his target. Marotti ends up with the ball. Tasevsky. Vaj to Marotti. Drops off to Tasevsky to Nevevsky. And evades the tackle. Marotti's there, but Katevsky gets a hand on it. Pushes it out of bounds. Well, that was a solid performance. 29 shots, 12 on target, XG at 2.47. Ristov a goal, Tasevsky a goal. A very good performance by not our best team. Okay, so that actually worked out really well because now we have Rabbit Nicky right after Man United. I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. We have a decent break between the two games, so that's nice. So that is going to be next. Man United and Rabbit Nicky. We're going to get thrashed. It's a given. The question is, they've clinched the group. Are they going to throw out their best squad? Probably not. Are they going to throw out their backups? Probably. The thing is, their backups are just as good, if not maybe better in a little couple of cases, as the guys they have starting. Any other name? I mean, they got Aaron Wan-Bissaka still listed. They got Trubin in goal, but he's their starter. Eric Torre is their backup. They'll probably start Torre. I mean, look at that, for crying out loud. Grozowski's better maybe, but not by much. So we'll get to see what one of the better squads in Europe has for depth. The list of youth intake players is not yet available. It comes in March. So a good game for us, a good couple of games for us. The injuries, not so much. So we're just going to have to do what we can and cope and try and fill in the blanks, plug the holes, fix the dikes, whatever you want to call it, in January. So we've got the money to do it. That's the other thing I've been looking at. Go here once this saves real quick. So we've got 4.7 million in the transfer budget. Next season's minimum is 2.07. So let's assume we go to the minimum 2.07. If I leave 2 million unspent, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it would depend on who we picked up. But club-wise, we're doing really well. The overall balance is 18.2 million. We're earning money every month. The income this month has been nice. It's all Champions League money. It's all European money. And frankly, that's what it was going to take. The scouting budget's huge, if only because I'm scouting all the Macedonian players I can. And it was one of those cases where if I drop it down, it goes down to like 70,000 sort of thing. So I'm not too worried about it. We're still scouting every North Macedonian player we can. I need to go through and get rid of some of these. See, these guys on amateur contracts, I don't understand because they're good. They've got a lot of potential. But if they're on an amateur contract, okay, he would continue do like continuous development at Pandev, which is okay. Pandev's got the second best facilities in the nation. So who do we have for the left field? Here is a potential Abaz replacement. Well, I know Eljif Elmas isn't coming to us, but we'll scout him just for 1 week. He's one of the best Macedonian players in the world. I think him and Dejan Kulusevski are 1 and 2. Well, Kulusevski's definitely 1. So, I don't know. I will keep scouting. We will keep looking and see who we can bring in. And we'll see, fingers crossed, hopefully we won't get demolished by Manchester City. So, a good episode for us, other than the injuries. That's part of the game, though. We'll overcome it. Don't know how, but we will. we'll get it done. So if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer them as fast as I can. My name is FM22. Thank you for watching.